Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm here at the station with Deano again.
Hey, what's happening?
So it's dark outside. He trains at 6 in the morning on Saturdays.
And I get up at 5 to get here too.
So anyway, this is Deano's nutrition takeaway of the week, and I'm very interested to hear what he's got to say through his lens, his eyes, because he had a great week. And we stepped on the scale, and initially he's like, "Damn, this stinks." Because there was, and I asked him, why did you say that? It was before I put the tape measure on his waistline. Why did you say that initially?
Well, just because I weighed at home and it felt like my weight wasn't going down fast enough.
Okay.
So, and I know I'm working a lot of muscle now, and I'm like, okay, so, but it just felt like it wasn't going anywhere.
So a couple of takeaways. So he's on two different scales, and he's trying to judge if his program's working by getting on two different scales at two different times of the day. And his weight was actually down 1 pound on my scale, but he instinctively probably knew that wasn't enough.
Right.
You're not happy with that.
Right.
All right, so 1 minute later, when we put a tape measure on your waistline, exactly the same place 7 days later than after last week, and you found out that you lost 1 inch in 1 week, how did you feel then?
That was awesome. And I told you that I could see it in my belt loop. I was like, hey, I'm down one more belt loop without pulling the belt too tight. You know?
Right.
I was like, it just felt good,
So this is only 3 weeks in, and in 3 weeks, I wrote down here, in 3 weeks, Deano's got 2 3/4 inches off his waistline. He's almost got an inch per week off in the 3 weeks with the program. So that's a lot. How many belt loops down is it, and why does it feel good to see those belt loops go down and feel? I mean,
well, it's 4 belt loops down, and quite honestly,
in 3 weeks.
Yeah, in 3 weeks, and I was headed in a direction where I would have had to buy another belt, and I didn't want to do that. So
why didn't you want to buy another belt?
Because I'm cheap. Plus, I knew there was something wrong, right? So
right. And if you got to buy another belt, does it? At this phase of our life, does it sort of succumb to the fact that I'm going to be
a walking heart attack.
Walking heart attack. Good. I was going to say something else, but I like your term better.
Okay, good.
All right, so how are you doing it, man? I mean, what are you doing on the nutrition side of things to make this happen? Which is, I'm excited for you too, by the way. This is good. This isn't your first rodeo trying to do this.
Right, I know. Yeah, it's a lifelong journey. So I'm balancing protein with healthy carbs, and I will insert, like if I'm craving, grab some pretzels or things like that. I'm drinking a ton of water consciously.
Using water as a tool when you get...
Water. Yeah, and so if I do have a craving, I got this from my daughter, Sydney, is that if I'm craving something, even a slice of pizza or whatever, I'll go for that craving, and then I chug a ginormous glass of water. I think I even typed it in our group that is sort of a conscious thing that I'm like, oh, I'm craving whatever, and I take a bite, satisfy my palate, and then I just chug a giant glass of water, and usually I don't even need a second bite. If I do, it's a second bite and another glass of water, and by then it goes away. And
you're enjoying it, and you're not going without. When I said use water as a tool, that's sort of what I meant.
Right, and then also I'm eating consciously because I'm logging into a mobile app, and I don't think it matters, honestly, which app you use. I think as long as you're either writing it down or
on a piece of paper.
Or you're putting it in a mobile app or wherever you put it, that's easy for you to log it. And that was a conscious thing because I was actually going to a healthy place, getting a shake that tasted really good, and I told Darin, wow, it was almost 600 calories. And I put it in there, and I was like, I've been doing this for weeks. Like, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to get a protein shake and a protein bar. It was almost 1,000 calories. So I was like, all right, do I really need that? So then I found a 180 calorie shake that had just as much protein that tasted good too. And so I was like, all right, that's a conscious adjustment.
I think that was really good because just because you're eating healthy doesn't mean you're going to lose weight.
Right.
And do we want to count calories all the time? Long term, I think no, but initially you do need to be aware of what you're putting in your mouth, especially if the waistline is not changing.
Right.
So it was a great adjustment going from 1,000 calories to 180.
Yeah. And still being satisfied. So.
Absolutely. And Deano's got teenagers. He's got a lot of teenagers at the house. I don't have teenagers anymore. 20 and 23 they are.
I still think of them like teenagers, but they're young adults.
Absolutely. But they're in the house, and there's pizza, there's parties, there's junk food, ice cream in the fridge, and we might as well prepare ourselves to have it around. It's harder when it's all around.
Right.
You know, and you got to have some of these tools. All right, Deano, so good job, man. We'll check in next week, week 4. Do you think you can lose another ½ inch to 1 inch off, which is our weekly goal again?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, buddy. We'll check in then. Thanks.
All right, man.